people say it will be hard, very hard, but it will be the best job in the world.
Yeah.
And you will hate it, but you will also love it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I think I know what that means.
Yeah.
Welcome to Series 4 of the Student Connect podcast. We are excited to be here and we hope you are as well. I'm Curtis, a second year esports student at the University of Staffordshire.
And I'm T, an illustration student, and we all student hosts of the Student Connect podcast. This podcast is created in association with the University of Staffordshire and hosted by our student content team.
It is a student-led podcast which shares the experiences of students progressing through their university life and inviting industry experts from a variety of different life topics. We'll be speaking to students at the University of Staffordshire about the extra experience that university can bring to your employability and just your general skills.
We want you to help shape the series, so if you'd like to join us as a guest, email us at comms@staffs.ac.uk or drop us a DM on social media. Please take a moment to leave a review or a like wherever you're listening to help others find us. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe.
Along the way, we will endeavour to share our honest experiences. Sometimes they're a little bit too honest, to explore the full experience that university has to offer. So without further ado, let's get started. So today we are in our sports therapy clinic at the University of Staffordshire, where we'll be chatting to our guests about the professional placement opportunities we have here at the University of Staffordshire.
The Sports Therapy Clinic allows our sports therapy students to gain valuable hands-on experience with members of the local community, amateur and professional athletes. The Sports Therapy Clinic is run by our final year students and supervised by a fully qualified member of staff.
So welcome to the podcast, guys. Lovely to meet you and thank you for joining us. So easiest way to get it started is just asking very simple questions. So who you are, what you're studying, and why you're here today. So we'll start with you, Dan.
Okay, so my name is Dan. I'm studying PGCE in secondary physics. So yeah, I'm a secondary school physics teacher, essentially, for now. We'll see where it takes me.
My name is Jade, and I study rehabilitation and manual therapies, but in shorter, easier terms, sports therapy.
Like this room.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in the sports therapy room today, so it's quite good to see,
We're in my classroom.
like the first-hand experience of what you actually do.
Quite fancy. Okay, so obviously you guys are with us as your students at the uni, but what made you choose to study here? Absolutely anything.
Well, I personally wanted to stay closer to home, and quite lucky to have two quite big and good universities relatively close by, so there's Keelan and Staffs. And I really enjoyed the Staffs course briefing for the PGCE here. So that's basically why I chose it. It was quite later on in the whole selection process. So I made my decision relatively quickly, applied, and then got in. So here I am.
You've been enjoying it though?
Oh yeah,
Good.
Yeah. I've enjoyed every part, but with all things, I suppose, it's you never really know what it's going to be like until you do it.
Yeah.
So here I am experiencing life.
Yeah.
I think my reason is probably relatively the same, because obviously you don't want to go too far to get to uni. But I actually, when I first applied to go to University of Staffordshire, the site that I went to first was actually in Stafford.
Okay.
So I studied there for a year.
The Health and Innovation Centre?
No.
Okay.
So you can actually, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can actually do a uni degree at the college.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's quite cool.
but so it's like uni of Staffs, but I would go to that college. However, I was technically enrolled here, not there.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
So, but so that's why I went there, because at the time I was closer to Stafford, but now I'm closer to Stoke, and I go to the Stoke campus one.
Cool.
I didn't even realise there was another campus, to be honest, until...
You can't sleep there.
No.
No.
And what's the point?
It's
if you
just
can't
a
have
site,
nap?
isn't it? So like, because does campus mean like when you sleep there? Like you live there on campus?
I mean, it's just like a place where the uni's
They've got
based.
loads of buildings,
Kinda,
really. That,
yeah.
So it's still classed as a campus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's not as extreme as like the Stoke campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
we've got a few different sites as part of the uni.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's quite cool.
Thanks.
Okay, so outside of professional placements, is there anything about your course or the university in general that stands out to you? Who wants to go first?
Putting you on the spot.
Well, no.
No?
my the whole idea, at least for me, the PGCE is based around the professional placement. So it's
Okay.
a 9-month course, and I think roughly 7.5 to 8 of those months are on placement.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know that.
I spend 1 day a week here, usually in the Cadman building, which is the one, I don't know where it is. It's like over there. somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on College Road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is it's a nice building. Good theatre, nice acoustics. But then in the week, I'm at a high school in Newcastle,
Okay.
and that's where I've done most of my actual teaching
Yeah.
and not all of my learning, because 3 weeks of it was here, doing like a preliminary introduction kind of thing,
Okay.
where I learned a lot, and then you sort of thrown into the workforce and says,
Yeah.
right, go have a go. So yeah.
I can't remember the question.
Oh, so like outside of like professional placements, is there anything about like the uni or just like your course itself that
yes.
stood out to you?
Okay, so obviously mine's going to be a bit different to yours because we do have to do placement, but I still have a lot of learning still to do. So for me, I just really love it sounds so sad, saying
You're okay.
I really like what I probably love most about it is my lecturers in the sports therapy department. They're amazing.
Oh yeah.
They're brilliant teachers.
Oh.
They're super supportive, flexible in as many ways as they can be. I just think that the people probably make it what it is, and that motivates me to, want to be here all the time.
Yeah,
So I do think it's an
agree.
important thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I love all of the people that I've met so far.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single person, especially a lecturer, that I have disliked.
Yeah.
Which is, when they're giving you work to do, and you want to go home and have a lie down, or
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
they're giving you work, and you have to do that work.
Yeah.
You generally like. But no, I like them, and it's
Yeah.
it's nice.
Cool. So professional placements are tied into a specific course typically. Just wanted to ask, how did you go about finding your placements and whether you got to choose or if it was set up for you already?
Okay, so for me, I don't really get a choice.
Right, okay.
But I do.
Yeah.
But basically, when you do the sports therapy degree, you have to do, you have to work in the clinic alongside,
Okay.
and you have to do so many hours a week. It's like mandatory.
Yeah.
And then it's 200 hours to complete the degree,
Okay, yeah.
which you can do over the course of 2 years. So at the minute I'm in level 5.
Yeah.
So the hours that I do currently go towards hours next year as
Yeah.
well when I do level 6, so that
Okay.
I can get all my
That's quite good then,
200 in. I mean 200 it kind of isn't a lot. But at the same time it's enough.
Yeah.
Because alongside with the amount of studying that I have to do for this, I kid you not, you walk into my kitchen, there are sticky notes on cupboards and stuff so that I can remember references, injury names, how to do the injury, the sensitivity, specificity.
Has it helped though?
I mean, I like to think so, but I still got a lot of studying to do. I think that I can't remember how many hours they said we're actually supposed to study at home, but I know it was a lot, and I was like, how do they expect us to do that and clinic? But we do. We all manage.
Yeah.
But but they do say it as well. Like my lecturers have said, like, because I'm interested in teaching this sports therapy, then they say like, oh, you know, you could try and get a placement somewhere else as well, like teaching, so I can gain some experience.
Okay.
As I say, it's probably just finding the time because I'm doing a lot, studying a lot, learning still a lot, but I'll get there and hopefully I can do something else on top of the clinic.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Thanks.
I also didn't get a choice. So how it worked for me was we have that 3-week introduction where you have some pre-course tasks to do. You're given a sheet and you go through them, and it's reading a paper or an article, making some notes on it, watching a video, that kind of thing. Yeah. And it gives you like a baseline foundation to teaching theory. Then you go into the introduction, and I met my course director and my subject mentors and all the other people that I was studying this course with, including some, because we're all mixed together, so there's PE people and there's science people and maths people and English, art, DT, drama. Everyone's sort of mixed together, which is nice. But I found my scientists, and we had those 3 weeks of learning all that theory and going over the pre-course tasks and making sure that we knew what we were about to do. And then that was from the 9th of September until the 22nd, where they told us where our placements would be, and they were somewhat randomly assigned. They had all of our information and our, you know, like the kind of things that we were looking for and what we wanted to do. Yeah. And then they put us in places, and then like the Monday next after that was when we started. Okay. They said, off you go, have fun. You
know things like location? So did you just tell them where you don't mind going?
No. So
because I'm lucky because I just get to come here.
They asked us, do you drive?
Okay.
And
I would have lied and said no.
Yes. So most of us drove, so I think it made things slightly easier. Yeah. I know I'm only about 20 minutes away from home, which is quite nice, but I know people who are an hour away.
Oh, wow.
And there are few and far between. Yeah. There are only a couple who are an hour away. And the thing is, though, we have this is placement 1. We'll have a week in a primary school, which I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but little children, I think,
it's going to be somewhat chaotic.
Yeah. Then we have placement 2. Yeah. And that is supposed to be contrasting. Okay. And whether it's contrasting because it's much, much further away, or whether it's just, something different, I think it balances out. So I'll probably be a bit further afield next time, and then somebody who was far away this time will be closer.
It's nice how they do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a guess, but that is what we have come to the conclusion that is probably what's going to happen. Like we'll all swap schools.
Fair for everyone, then, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's quite exciting as well. You like get something completely new. I like that.
Well, exciting or terrifying. Take your pick.
Do that. I think the fact that it's practical as well. Yeah, makes it nice. You never know what you're gonna expect. You never know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
keeps it fun.
Every day is totally different. Yeah, like crazy thing. Today was the first, because I was there before I came here. We had a fire drill. I say fire drill. Somebody,
set it off.
No, so one of the scientists set fire to something, and the heat detector in that room detected fire and was like, and started the fire. And everyone left, and I quite enjoyed it because it was the first time I saw everybody all in one place. And but it was really cold, and everyone was complaining, but it was great. I enjoyed it.
My placement is very practical.
Yeah.
If that counts too.
Yeah.
Because we get to like meet different clients all the time that come in with loads of different things wrong with them.
Yeah.
What I mean is like if they can't like when you raise your hands above your head, like that. But some people can't raise it all the way up, so they need their muscles to kind of be loosened.
Okay.
So I have to do massage, and I have to massage lots of different people. And it's great.
Yeah. I was going to say, is that fun?
I like it. I do like it. You're never bored.
Yeah.
And people come in, and I mean, it's nice when the client is on the bed and they're chatting to you.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel a little bit less awkward. And obviously we're really professional in there anyway, so it would never be like really uncomfortable or anything, because it's just what we're used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've met lots of different kinds of people. I was going to say touch lots of different kinds of bodies.
Oh
but
my God.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, so I like the practical side of things too.
Yeah. Nice. Cool.
That kind of leads on to the next question I literally had for you, Jade.
Oh, no.
It's like,
Sorry,
what exactly is your professional placement? Like who's it with, where it is? Like the generic.
Yeah. All right, so a sports therapist, basically what we're training to be. We're assessing injuries, palpating the body, so we need to know all the bones and muscles and ligaments and tendons. We obviously do sports massage too, because I've just said that. And we do like exercise prescriptions, a lot like rehab. So the gym next to the clinic, they're right next to each other as well, which is handy. After you've assessed somebody to see what their injury is, or I mean most of the time they come in and they know what their injury is, but then you'll go into the gym and you'd have like a plan for them every time that you see them, and give them exercises to sort of progress, and so that their injury, say if it's like a tear, your body slowly heals it back together as you exercise. So actually the more load you put on an exercise, the quicker it will recover. So the more rest, the slower recovery time.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't rest. But when you're doing sport and you're an athlete, you want to try and get back into the game as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Learn something new every day.
I was like, whoa, that's actually
It's a good motivator as well.
I know.
Yeah, it's a lot of like physio stuff sometimes I've
Yeah.
found, and that's quite why I like it. I like anatomy, learning about the body, and what the body does is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
But I like helping people too. And massage, I love massage. It's my favourite thing. No, you learn so much, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we do it. Like, I was talking to someone this morning and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in my brain.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it's working so far, so...
I make people believe that it's working so far. But like, there's a lot, but I do
I'm
really...
learning things, so...
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I actually
exactly.
love talking about it. This is the
Yeah.
thing. Like, I feel like people don't really ask enough questions, or they just assume what it kind of is. Kind of like maybe with like esports and
Yeah.
stuff. People assume, and they actually don't know what it is. So then when somebody asks the questions, you're like, oh,
I know, you get so
and you're like
excited.
passionate, and you're like, yes, let's talk about it. So that's I get that.
I would kill to make my students be passionate about science. I walk into the room and I'm like, oh, sorry, are we doing a practical? No. Ugh. And
Yeah.
I just
It's
switch off.
always been the same, isn't it?
It's still like that now. If there's not
Yeah.
enough practical, they get...
I mean, I was like that too.
Yeah.
But now I understand how irritating it is. It's just like, no, I'm about to teach you something really interesting about science. Be excited. Why are you not excited? Like today I was talking all about current and circuits and things, which is like everywhere. Like no matter what you're doing in future, you need to understand the bare minimum of if I touch this, I will electrocute myself. And then they walk around and I was like, do not touch this. And then every single one of them went, it's hot. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It will burn you if you keep touching it.
How old were they again?
These were year 7s, so
Okay.
they were like,
Like
11 to
12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to
But
love physics.
even older, they do
Oh, yeah.
stupid things
Yeah.
like that.
I still do stupid
I guess
things.
yeah, I'd probably do the same
Yeah.
if I was in.
Thinking back on
physics.
secondary, definitely. Yeah. Physics was like my favourite science.
I
course,
didn't
so-
even shout up, but you know.
It's the only one that I actually enjoyed, to be honest.
Well, I'm quite fortunate that everyone
Yeah.
that I've taught so far has been, despite like you have to test it once.
Yeah.
I think like if someone tells you not to touch something, you're going to try it. a
Yeah,
little bit.
definitely.
So I but then they understand what I've said, and take it on board, and that's like the best feeling. It's like, oh, you've actually listened to me.
Yeah.
Amazing. Which is, it's like I said, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
And they said,
Rewarding, isn't it? Rewarding job.
yes, they said a lot of people before I got into this and during the introduction and even now, people say it will be hard, very hard, but it will be the best job in the world.
Yeah.
And you will hate it, but you will also love it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I think I know what that means.
Yeah.
We will see. But yeah, so far it's been great.
I think it's one of those things where you've got to be like passionate about it. You know, you've got to really want to do it.
No one wants a boring teacher.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And you're there to help the students.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're the main. Like you are there as a tool for their learning.
Yeah.
You know, you are not there to be a babysitter or a monitor for these kids so their parents can go and work. You are there to
Help set them up for life.
help set them up for life,
Yes.
turn them into decent members of society,
Yeah.
and make sure that they understand what your subject is, so they can make an informed decision about what they want to do for the rest of their lives. So, yeah, I think it's. I mean,
Yeah.
I bigged it up a bit too much there. As when you're sitting there saying, "Okay, so the current goes this way, children." It's like it's not as grandiose as that, but
Yeah.
over the course of their experience in school, that's the goal.
Yeah. So, I don't know if we've already covered this, but what's been the best thing to happen on your placement so far?
Apart from the fire alarm.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, that fire alarm, that was really interesting. Actually, it's really fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually don't know either. I was just thinking this because you're talking about placement.
Yeah.
That's like, so I'm
Specific.
just thinking the
Yeah.
clinic, what has been like the most like enjoyable part, the best part?
Just whatever, I don't know.
Like your favourite bit.
Yeah, your favourite bit.
Going home.
I think that's the case
I'm
for
joking.
everyone though.
I'm joking. Being around the people that I know, because we've all become a really good team.
Yeah.
We work together, which I really love about it. So if I don't know, if my mind goes blank when I'm giving somebody a massage, there's always somebody next to
Yeah.
me or near me that's like, Jade, and they like remind me of something. So we all help each other out. And that is probably my favourite part because I like seeing everyone when I go there.
Yeah.
It's like a social thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
So coming back to that thing where the people are like the
Yes.
reason that we do things,
Yeah.
and yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Like when you walk into, like for me, the best parts of the day, of course, teaching and explaining something that you're passionate about and inspiring somebody else. And when a student puts their hand up and like, "Sir, can I ask a question?" It's like, yes, please
That's so cute.
ask a question. And then I quite enjoy when they leave and they say, "Oh, thanks, sir, see you later." And I'm like, "Oh." But then when something weird happens and then you're like trying to contain it, and then you walk into the staff room later and it says, "Oh man, this weird thing has just happened," and you get to banter about it, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's happened to me loads of
Are
times."
you allowed to tell us what the weird thing is or not?
No,
Confidentiality.
I'm trying to be as like professional
Yeah, okay,
as
sorry.
possible. It's like, no, it's okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you think the placement itself has helped you develop as a person?
It's a big question.
It is. It's quite a
Yeah,
deep
it's a deep
one.
one.
It's huge. I mean,
I've developed loads. I have. I don't know about you, but like 2 years ago, I could hardly like it's going to sound sad again, but I could hardly leave my home. Like I felt like being I'm a parent, so I felt like being a parent was made it difficult to work. So coming to uni and having this placement opportunity in the clinic, which is literally upstairs as well, has really been beneficial to me and helped with my confidence. Like I don't feel as afraid of people as I used to. I think I used to have a lot of social anxiety, whereas now I actually look forward to it. So yeah, I would definitely just say things like confidence, like work ethics. Is that the right thing to say? I've got better work ethics.
Everything that you would develop in a job, you develop it during placement, and you're also getting a qualification out of it at the same time. Like I'm not sure what yours is, but mine's just a certificate of I don't know what is it. What does PGCE stand for? I cannot remember.
Postgraduate Certificate of Education.
There you go.
I should have remembered that. So thank you for that. But yes, so you get a certificate alongside developing yourself and becoming a better person. And it's a great experience to go and have whilst studying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think I really get anything out of mine at the end, apart from obviously a qualification with a degree, because if I don't do it, then I don't pass my degree.
But when you go into like a job, you will have an idea.
And I will have that experience. I don't want to be a massage therapist though. But
What do you mean?
I'm doing it because I have to.
You said you loved it.
Yeah, it's your favourite.
It's your favourite, remember?
I'm trying to be real now.
Would you do like physio and stuff? Or
Yeah, so when it comes to, I suppose in the clinic, when they do active range of movement, MET, STRs, things like, which again is still sort of massage therapy.
But it's not like exclusively that.
But and it helps me to learn, because I can literally feel now like where certain parts are in the body, like people's muscles, and like I literally like know what I'm feeling and stuff like that.
It's interesting, but it's like thinking about it.
So it helps. So it helps me with like physio stuff in that sense.
That's
because
cool,
when I'm giving someone a massage and they've got like a really tight muscle, and it sometimes it feels like bubble wrap. Like you go over it and it's like. Yeah, I do that. So I try not to make that face as I'm massaging them.
You just can imagine.
I go.
It's a good job I'm not doing that, isn't it?
Oh, that's quite
And I use my elbow too. So I go like this, and I go, and I have to push my whole body weight, and they go in. Like okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I just have like the joys of teaching biology and chemistry to look forward to. That's like the worst bit for mine. But
I want to teach like anatomy, and I wouldn't mind
biology.
Yes, but that's what it is. Biology. I just say anatomy.
Yeah.
But and what else would I like to teach? I'd also like to teach.
Would you do like by any chance physical education, or would that be too?
I don't know how to play football, so probably not. That's a completely different thing. I know how to help a footballer afterwards, but I haven't got a clue about what they're doing like actually in the game. I just help their body like to perform better. But I can't remember what I was saying now. I would like to teach anatomy, maybe sports massage, because I feel like I could teach it. Because teaching it's different. Yeah. Because I actually technically wouldn't have to do it all the time. Yeah. And I am quite good at talking to people. Yeah. I think, and having connections with people. I think as a teacher that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, talking to people certainly is a skill that you improve on placement. Easy. Yeah, it's like if there's anything, being able to, even like public speaking, because it's one thing talking to a class full of students, but then I'm in a form as well, and luckily I'm not the only one. There is a fully qualified teacher in there as well, who is the form tutor proper. But that class, that form, is doing a assembly, and I'm expected to do things in the assembly, like present and talk about stuff. And I was like, but then the entire year is there, and it's like when it's 30 kids, okay, that's fine. When it's like 200, it gets a bit, okay, this is problematic now.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to other students considering a placement in sports therapy or in any other sector? Is it something that you recommend for their career development, or?
Yeah. So that's one of the good things about this university, is that if you do decide that sports therapy is for you, the clinic is here. So it's making your life, it's going to make your life a lot easier. What was the question again?
What advice would you give to other students considering a placement, and is it something that you'd recommend for their career development?
Yeah, so, I mean, you don't get a choice. So
if you're doing your course,
if you're doing sports therapy at University of Staffordshire, then you're going to have to do the clinic placement to be able to actually pass the degree.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what other unis do, but that's what we do here, and you're required to do it. I would just advise maybe preparing yourself to make time for the degree, because it is going to take up a lot of your time, just because there is a lot to learn as well as working. So try and make yourself as available as possible before you start.
Cool. And what about you? Do you have any?
No, I agree. Yeah. Make sure that whatever you are assigned to do, you start early. Yeah. Because you're going to find time runs out quite quickly when you have about 8 different things to do at once. So
don't treat it like homework.
No, don't cram the last minute. Don't try and rush things, because you can do that, but you'll wear yourself out so fast, and it's like, just do it. It's just
I wouldn't even be able to pass if I just did it all last minute. If I did it all last minute, I would walk in completely clueless. I have to study every week, otherwise I am not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, looking at the next section, it's mainly about the PGC, but you've done so well at going through it all. So I guess just kind of talking about what it is, but also, like, what is the thing you're most excited for with teaching?
So, so no matter what university you study this in, you will find that placement is a big part of it. The reason that I like staffs so much, and why I chose it in the first place, is because I really like how they handled the course. So you get an initial 3 weeks of training, almost training upon training, of like what you will do, how to do teaching, and be a good teacher. And without that, and I know people on other placements who have just been, have done it elsewhere, thrown into it.
Yeah, like no guidance.
Like they started their placement maybe on the 11th of September, and they've been doing it longer, but they had no guidance, and people have like walked into a classroom, and then they've been expected to teach and things. And it's just there's no way.
That is so scary.
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
I wouldn't have ever.
Phrase.
Yeah, there's no way I would have been able to do it. So coming here, having that 3 weeks, going through the pre-course tasks and talking to people about it, having your subject mentor there who is, qualified to teach you how to be a good teacher, so you can bounce questions off what would be a good situation, what would be a good response to this kind of situation, what would be a bad response.
Yeah, which is really important, because as well, like children, what about like safeguarding and things like
yes,
that as well?
they do that also. Yeah. So like I had to go through.
You can't just get thrown into that.
No, but you have to go through like background checks and things, and you have to do a safeguarding course. Somebody came in and did a from Prevent, the MI5 or 6 thing, for anti-terrorism stuff. To teach us how to deal with that kind of thing. And it was crazy. And like there was lots of things that I would never have thought of, because when you're behind the curtain as like a student, because we all kind of remember, you don't really think about. But now it's been revealed to me, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. There's so much more to do. Oh God, why have I done this to myself? But yeah, it's good so far, and they've helped a great deal in supporting you, even though you get into it and you realise it's actually a lot more than you perhaps thought. They've helped you set up that good foundation to pull it off. So it's good.
So is there anything specific that you've learnt that you would like to be able to apply to your role in the future? It's another big one.
No. It's all like things that you would apply. I have a book. Actually, this is a very good point. Is that they give you the Placement 1 PGCE Bible. That's what we call it. Because it's like the best book. And they print it out for you, and there's like references and literature to read and prompts to do questions and focused observations to fill in, and you have a subject, you have a mentor in schools as well, who is a teacher there, and they sort of carry you through, and you have meetings like dedicated, sorry, I've lost the question.
Just if there was anything specific that you've learned personally that you'd like to be able to apply to your role.
So I would take my book with all the notes in it and apply it everywhere else, because it's all incredibly important and it's all incredibly useful. Like just it's in this book is everything that I've learned so far, and all the literature, and they constantly repeat this informed practice and being research informed and doing things in lessons and in front of the students that is based in research, so that and they know that you know what you're doing.
That makes sense.
So you've already kind of given your advice of why you think people should study a PGC, but do you recommend it?
Yeah. I would say so. If you are wondering what to do, or you've just, so PGC is a postgraduate course, so you've just come out of university, you've completed your undergrad, and you're wondering what you want to do with the rest of your life. A PGC is a very good way of getting a qualification that you can use anywhere. Like I will be, at the end, I'll have a qualified teacher status, and with that I can theoretically teach not anywhere in the world, but a lot of different places, because it's like an internationally recognised certificate. So it's a great way of opening doors just to see what you want to do, even if I don't know whether I want to be a teacher forever, but it's a great way of trying it out and seeing and improving yourself along the way. So I would recommend it.
If today's episode has taught you something about our professional placements or about the opportunities at the University of Staffordshire, don't hesitate to look further into our university. There are so many options available, there's bound to be something just for you. So just head over to staffs.ac.uk for more information, or check out the University of Staffordshire on YouTube.
And don't forget to reach out to the admissions team if you have any further questions, or you can even check out the course pages on our website, staffs.ac.uk.
Thanks again to Jade and Dan for joining us, and they have shared some incredible things with us today.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Thank you again. And also a big thank you to you, as always, for tuning in. So be sure to subscribe to the Student Connect podcast so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. And
Yeah. Now we get to do the best bit. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you, T, for, being my co-host.
You're welcome.
Thank you to the Uni of Staffordshire Media Centre, the podcast producer, and the production editor for doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff that I could never do myself. If you'd like to be a guest, please give us a DM on social media at Uni of Staffs. To find further support, please visit staffs.adt.uk, as I mentioned before, and please give us a review. We love to hear your feedback, and we love to know what we can improve on. So I think this is the time where we get to do the little wave and say goodbye.
I did it too early.
Hey, you can do it again. So,
Right.
Yeah, ready?
3, 2, 1. Bye.